Hey, hello, and welcome to today's game at Mike Jankowski Field here at Pittsville. Today's game between the Pittsville Panthers and the Port Edwards Blackhawks. The Panthers this year are sitting with a record of 17-6. Port Edwards, meanwhile, they have an 8-8 record on the season. Port last year was off to a 17-5 record, 10-2 in conference last year. Graduation took a big toll on Port. Pittsville, meanwhile, has most of their returners back from last year's conference championship team. Today's still a big game for the Panthers, though, because they need to win this one to tie for a share in the conference championship with Stevens Point Pacelli. So the Panthers will be throwing out one of their better pitchers for today's game in Ben Friday. Port Edwards, meanwhile, the game doesn't have a lot of meaning for them. They'd like to be the upset specialist, but they start playoffs on Thursday. On Thursday, Port Edwards, who's the number 6 seed this year for the WIAA playoffs, they'll be home on Thursday, May 29th, against Sevastopol, the number 11th seed. Now, should Port win that game, they'll travel to Iola next week, Tuesday, June 3rd, to face Iola Scandinavia. Pittsville, meanwhile, has a first-round bye this Thursday, which means that they can play Marathon, who also has a bye, on a Friday game. But the Panthers next Tuesday will be playing the winner of either Pepin Alma and Independence Gilmington, two co-op teams that will be playing next week. So they'll be playing the winner of that game next Tuesday here at home. Tuesday, June 3rd. I'm Rick Winters, your announcer for today's game, and Braden Sutter, the world-famous Michigan alumni and unfortunate Lions fan, is my producer. The umpires for today's game. Out on the bases will be Tim Martin, and behind the plate will be Cole Walters. Our lineups for today's game. Port Edwards will be the visitors. They'll be batting first. Colin O'Connor, center fielder, will be leading it off. Max Michaels, the pitcher's batting second. Brendan Beck, shortstop, batting third. Aiden Schumer, the catcher, will be fourth. Hitting fifth, Sam Martinson at second. Right fielder, Ethan Borner, will be batting sixth. The seventh hitter, Vinny Striegel, is playing center field today. Wesley Detlefson is designated hitter, batting for Aiden Donkey, who is first baseman. And the number 9 hitter in the lineup today for the Port Edwards Blackhawks is Kelson Casey, who's playing third base. Panthers today will be pitching Ben Friday on the mound. Playing first will be Darren Luther. At second base today, Cash Osterman. Shortstop in today's games, Logan Zickert. Grant Radaman will be playing third base. Out in left field is Brody Withers. Out in center field, Dawson Luther. And the right fielder today, who will be pinch hit for by Corbin Lee, is Rayson Schooley out in right field. So today's game's a pretty big one for the Panthers in that they need to win this one. Port Edwards, like I said, doesn't have a lot of meaning, but they'd still like to win this. They're more looking, though, at Thursday for them because that's, for them, is a very important game in the playoffs. Playoffs are in action all over the state, starting up Thursday. Today, the track regionals get started. So the Panther track team is up at Stratford for probably the toughest regional of the state. We're going to now be getting ready for the national anthem. So, time for the national anthem here at Michael Jankowski Field. Port Edwards coach Ben Martinson is in his 6th year as a head coach for the Blackhawks, 8th year overall. For the Panthers, Justin Rayburn is the head coach. Justin is in his 7th year as a head coach, 8th year overall, and has a current record of 134-54. His assistants are Lee Garrels, who's in his 29th year as an assistant coach, Dave Radaman in his 18th year as an assistant coach, Jordan Rayburn's 9th year, Casey Crone's 7th year, Sam Schwannebeck in his 10th year, and the rookie on the squad, Brett Radaman, is in his 2nd year coaching for the Pittsville Panthers. The Panther pitcher for today's game is going to be senior Ben Friday. Friday's a right-handed pitcher, throws right, bats left, and he's one of the top pitchers for the Panthers this year. One of the advantages of having a first-round bye, especially when in today's a game you need to win, is you can throw one of your better pitchers out there and still have them ready by playoff time, which is what the Panthers are planning here in today's game. Just a reminder, today's game is brought to you by Chastain Hesley Insurance Agency. They're your full-service insurance agency in Pittsville, offering auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance from a variety of companies that includes Progressive. Whatever you need to protect, let them provide you with a free quote. Good luck, Panthers, from the Chastain Hesley Insurance Agency, serving all of central Wisconsin with offices in Pittsville and Loyal. Here in the first, up to bat for the Blackhawks starting it off, Colin O'Connor, the left fielder, number 19 in the lineup. And he fouls the first pitch off behind us. Strike one on the batter. Ben Friday's kind of a tall, lanky pitcher. Got a lot of leverage there coming off the mound. Next pitch, curve, cross there for a strike. Puts the batter in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes on him. Max Michaels, the pitcher, is waiting on deck to bat. Pitch is a little inside, makes it a ball and 2 strikes. That one's outside. It's going to level up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Colin O'Connor. After Max Michaels there, the shortstop, Brendan Beck, will be the next batter, batting third for him in this inning. And that one's also a little inside. It's going to make it a full count on him. Blackhawks are trying to get the lead runner on base here in the first inning. That one's across the plate. Ben Friday records his first strikeout of the game. Colin O'Connor's retired and Max Michaels now batting. Michaels is the Blackhawk pitcher on the day. And he laces a solid single to right field. Rayson Schooley got in front of it, put a glove on it. It's going to put a runner on first base for the Blackhawks, and it's going to bring up Brendan Beck, the shortstop. Like I said, the Blackhawks lost a lot of their offense last year. They have half of their returning at bats this year. Starting pitchers, they only have 15% of the innings pitched last year returning. So they have really had a rebuilding year, and yet they've still gone 8-8. First pitch was in there for a strike. And the next one's down low, levels the count out at 1 ball and 1 strike. Max Michaels on the mound now is the only returning pitcher that the Blackhawks had this year. Ben Friday makes a quick throw on over there, Darren Luther. But Max Michaels is quickly back to the bag. That one gets away from Darren Luther. And it goes out of play, which is going to put the runner who was easily able to make it on over to second. Looks like the runner maybe suffered a little bit of an injury there when he collided with the bag. So they're going to bring the trainer out here to look at that. Max Michaels did a little slide on in there to the bag, and right hand suffered a little injury. We're not quite sure what it is. Maybe a small little cut. The trainer is quickly working on him. Aspirus offers the trainers for us this year. Doing a very nice job there. So we have a little pause in the action. Hey, food and fun are features at Horsin' Around in downtown Pittsville. Stop in for daily food specials like $2 burgers on Tuesday and their Friday fish fry. There's great food and fun at Horsin' Around downtown Pittsville. Check them out on Facebook. So Max Michaels is quickly tended to, and he's back out there on the base. Brendan Beck, the shortstop's coming in with only one out in the inning. And he gets a sign down there. It'd be awesome. That one's in there, and again it's hit to right field. Going to be just foul and out of the grasp of Rayson Schooley. Makes it a ball and a strike on Aiden Schumer. Sam Martinson, the second baseman, sitting there on the on-deck circle. 2 down for the Blackhawks here in the first. Swing and a miss makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. Max Michaels out there at second. It's getting a pretty good lead. Cash Osterman, the Panther second baseman's not trying to hold him on. That one's fouled back. This is a beautiful field for baseball. The spectators are up high on a hill overlooking Mike Jankowski Field. The only problem it probably has, the outfield fences are a little closer than one would like, and the backstop is a little closer. That one's hit. Shortstop. Logan Zickert picks it up, throws it over to Darren Luther. He's going to retire the side for the Blackhawks here in the first. They managed 1 hit, but no runs at the top of the first inning, and we're heading into the second. Just a reminder, you are watching Pittsville Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Join the Gross family of satisfied customers at Gross Buick in Marshfield. Come see their large selection of cars, trucks and SUVs on the Marshfield lot. Or find it at grossauto.com, and we'll have it delivered to Marshfield for your convenience. You'll love their people and state-of-the-art service department, where service guests get a free courtesy car. Top it all off with the Gross lifetime engine warranty on most vehicles. Gross Buick of Marshfield.
Hey, Pittsville Farm and Home Center has everything from hydraulic hoses to red roses. They make custom hydraulic hoses and have a fresh flower shop and a garden center. They're also your Milwaukee tool dealer. Pittsville Farm and Home Center. Gardner Trucking, Badger State Food Processing, and Gardner Cold Storage is proud to be a part of the Pittsville community. Their team of employees work hard every day to get the job done, just like the Pittsville Panthers. Good luck, Panthers, from Gardner Trucking, Badger State Food Processing, and Gardner Cold Storage of Pittsville. We had a little slight delay here as the trainer worked quite hard on Max Michaels to get that hand fixed up. Fortunately, he's a right-handed thrower. He injured his left hand, which is his glove hand. The trainer did quite a tape job on it. Oh, it is his right hand. You can see if you look carefully, there's a tape job done on that little finger. Must have lacerated it a little bit, cut it a little bit sliding into second. So we'll have to see how that affects his pitching performance here. For the Panthers, coming up to bat, the leadoff hitter is Logan Zickert, the senior shortstop, on his way to lacrosse next year to play baseball for the Eagles. Batting second, junior Dawson Luther, and Grant Ratterman, the sophomore, third baseman's batting third for the Panthers. Hey, Marshfield Dairy Fest is coming up May 30th and 31st. Next weekend, Saturday, is going to be a fun day in Marshfield. Visit marshfield.com for all the details. Hope to see you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend at Dairy Fest. So Logan Zickert, left-handed hitter in the Panther lineup, steps in. Logan's now back into full season form after an early season injury. First pitch by Max Michaels is outside, ball one. That one catches the inside corner. Going to make the count 1-1 on Zickert, with Dawson Luther waiting to bat in the on-deck circle. Max throws that one, catches the corner. Zickert quickly finds himself in a hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. Little outside, levels the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice thing about Max Michaels on the mound here, he's not using up a lot of time looking in for signs. He just sits back and lets her come in. So that one's across the plate, hit over to the second baseman. Sam Martinson bobbled a little bit. By the time Sam can recover, Logan Zickert is across the bag and safe at first. So the Panthers have a runner here at first base with no outs as Logan Zickert reaches on the error. And Dawson Luther, center fielder's up to bat. First pitch is outside from Max Michaels. Dawson is the all-time leading hits performer for the Panthers. Throw over to first. Good throw. Ball's taken by Aiden Donkey, who puts the tag on just a little late. Dawson takes a swing and a miss. The ball bounces off the catcher's glove and catches the umpire. We're going to have a slight delay here as that hurts. Aiden Donkey managed to get a little bit of a glove on it. Probably saved a little bit of it, but bounced off the catcher's mask, and we're going to have a little timeout there as it takes a little while to recover from those things. Have you ever taken a shot like that? They hurt a lot. Trainer's going to come out and just see where all it hit. Looks like it caught him up in the upper neck, shoulder area. So slight delay while we let the home plate umpire get his thoughts together here again. Home plate umpire in today's game, Cole Walters, who took that shot. So coming back a lot faster than I would, that's for sure.
Me too.
Yeah, that was me. You'd see me next Saturday. So number 2 hitter Dawson Luther steps back in again. The count, 1 ball, and then that swinging strike there makes it a 1-1 count. And Logan Zickert got a great jump there, and he is in easily with a steal at second base. That puts a Panther runner in scoring position with no outs. Aiden Donkey made a nice throw down there, but Logan had way too good of a jump. That pitch is outside. 3 balls and a strike. I'm sorry, the catcher's Aiden Schumer. And Dawson draws a walk. Puts runners on the corners for the Panthers. And it will now be bringing up for them Grant Radaman, the third baseman. Pittsville has runners on first and second. First pitch is just inside for a ball. Logan Zickert out there at second is getting a pretty big lead. Sam Martinson moved a little closer to hold him, but goes back to his spot, and that one's in there for a strike. Levels out the count at a ball and a strike. Pitcher's in, and both runners are going. Pitch is inside, and both runners double steal. The Panthers pull off. Catcher had no chance as both runners got great jumps. For Logan, that's his second stolen base in the inning. And Grant now has a count of 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss levels out the count, 2-2. Here in the first, the Panthers have no outs. They have a rally going already. And that pitch was going to catch the corner. Grant takes a swing and manages to foul it back. So the count remains 2 balls and a strike. Ben Friday, the pitcher, is waiting on deck to bat, left-handed hitter. Grant fouls that one off, but Aiden Schumer hangs on to it. It's going to go down as a strikeout for the pitcher. Max gets his first strikeout on the day. 1 down for Pittsville. Runners still on second and third, and Ben Friday's the batter. That one catches the corner on Ben. Max Michaels, he gets that ball, he looks in, gets the sign, and it's a pitch. That one catches the inside corner. Ben Friday quickly finds himself in a hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Manages to foul that one back. Stays alive. Darren Luther, the first baseman for the Panthers, is waiting on deck to bat. The Port Edwards lineup is shifted quite heavily over to the right field side. And there it is, outside. Puts a ball on the board for Ben Friday. The right fielder's playing deep. Center and left are in quite a ways, playing at middle depth. And Ben hits that one foul down the third base line. Back out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitcher looks in and gets the sign. Ben's ready to swing. Swing and a miss. And Max Michaels Gets his second strikeout in a row here on the Panther lineup. 2 down. Darren Luther's now up. So what looked like at the start of a pretty good inning for the Panthers right now, they may not be looking quite as good. That first pitch is right in there by Max Michaels, right at the knees. Strike 1 on Darren Luther. Brody Withers waiting on deck. Darren hits that one. It's going to drop in. It does. Drops in for a base hit. Big hit by Darren Luther. Scores 2 runs for the Panthers. Both runners were off at the crack of the bat. That allowed Dawson to score from second. Logan comes in from third, and the Panthers put 2 runs on the board here in the first. Left fielder Brody Withers now the batter. Darren Luther doesn't have great speed at first, but he'll take off if he gets the chance. And that first pitch is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike on Brody Withers. Next pitch is in, and that was also in there for a strike. So Brody's put himself in a little bit of a hole. Darren's taking a good lead over at first. Pitch is outside. I think the last pitch confused the home score operator. He hasn't been putting up balls and strikes, but I think the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one is fouled up and going to drop without the catcher being able to get a hold of it. Aiden Schumer was hustling over there, but fell just out of his reach. If Brody can get on, the second baseman, Cash Osterman, will be batting. Brody hits that one out to the shortstop. Makes a quick, easy throw over to Sam Martinson. Brendan Beck over to Sam Martinson, and that retires the side. Here for the Panthers, in the bottom of the first, they scored 2 runs. And after 1 inning of play, Pittsville 2, Port Edwards 0. You are watching Pittsville Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Hey, C&D Auto Body and Repair is your complete auto body repair shop. They provide free estimates and guarantee complete satisfaction. They'll work with your insurance company and make it easy for you to do, and they do windshield glass installation too. Contact Chad and Dan at C&D Auto today on County Trunk E in Arpin. Here in the second, Sam Martinson, the second baseman, is going to be leading it off for the Port Edwards Blackhawks. Ethan Borner, the right fielder, batting second, and that first pitch is fouled off and back behind us. Sam has a count of no balls and a strike. Ben Friday throws that one, breaking pitch outside, levels the count out at a ball and a strike.
Nice catch.
That pitch is inside. It's going to hit Sam Martinson, and he is going to be on base, hit by a pitch. So the Port Edwards Blackhawks get the first batter of the inning on base, and Ethan Borner, the right fielder, now up to bat. Ben Friday's looking over at the runner, but in comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, catches the corner. Strike one on Ethan Barner. Vinny Striegel, center fielder's waiting on deck. Over at first, Sam Martinson's not taking a big lead, and that pitch is low. Levels out the count at a ball and a strike. Ethan hits that one. Bounces out into left field. It's going to go down as another base hit for the Blackhawks. So, Port Edwards has a good rally going here in the top of the second with runners on first and second. The number 7 hitter in the lineup, Vinny Striegel, is now batting. Runners are short leads. And that first pitch, fastball over for a strike. No balls and a strike on Vinny Striegel. Wes Detlefson, designated hitters waiting on deck. That one gets away from the catcher, but neither runner dares to advance. That ball bounced off the metal pole on the backstop and right back to the catcher. Jameson Krieger's handling things behind plate today for the Panthers. And that one's fouled back. So Vinny finds himself in a little bit of a hole here. No balls and 2 strikes. Curveball fouled back. Vinny stays alive. That was a nice job reaching that ball. Managed to get a piece of it. Fouls it back over the first base dugout. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Pitches outside. Puts a ball in there for Vinny Striegel. Does a quick glance down at the coach. And there it is, a base hit up the middle. Dawson Luther comes up with it. Dawson has a very strong arm, so Sam Martinson decided wisely to hang on at third base. When the coach put up the stop sign, he hit the heels, and probably a good move because that could have been a problem there at home for him. Panthers are having a meeting at the mound right now as the Blackhawks have bases loaded and no outs here in the second. Hey, Tabby's Blue Bayou backs the Pittsville Panthers. Stop in for some appetizers and a cold beverage after the game or anytime. Pizza, pretzels, nachos, and other snacks await you at Tabby's Blue Bayou in Pittsville, or order for delivery with DoorDash. So, Wesley Detlefson, the designated hitter, is now the batter. First pitch is outside, ball 1. No place to put him. The Panthers are in a bit of a jam here. Blackhawks have bases loaded. That one's just inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Wesley. He's a designated hitter for the first baseman, Aiden Donkey, and he fouls that one back. Fouls it off behind first base. 2 balls and a strike. Wesley's the number 8 hitter in the Blackhawk lineup today. Kelson Casey waiting on deck to bat. That pitch is in there and across for a strike. Levels out the count for Detlefson at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Friday looks in for the sign. Runners take their lead. Just outside. Going to make it a full count. Runners will probably be holding on to their bags with nobody down. And that pitch is in there and a crossed swing and a miss by Detlefson, and 1 out for Port Edwards here in the second. Number 9 hitter, Kelson Casey, the third baseman's now up to bat. Leadoff hitter, Colin O'Connor, anxious to get his turn. And that first pitch is in there for a strike, swing and a miss. Would have caught the outside corner, I think, anyway, but No balls and a strike on Kelson Casey. Same place, same results. No balls and 2 strikes on Kelson. And he throws that one on in, swing and a miss. Port Edwards finds themselves in about the same situation Pittsville was in their half of the inning. They have bases loaded now and 2 outs. They had them loaded with none. Leadoff hitter Colin O'Connor's now the batter. Breaking pitch, a little outside for a ball. Colin last time up struck out. He had a full count on him when that happened. And he hits this one. High fly ball. Racing Schooley out there in right. Settles under it. Makes the catch. Retires the side. Port Edwards, after loading up the bases, they can't score. And after an inning and a half, Pittsville Panthers 2. Port Edwards Blackhawks 0. Just a reminder, you are watching Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Big Clarence, and I'm so terrific that Mall Furniture decided to name their latest and greatest sale after me, Big Clarence.
Sorry, Clarence, apparently you misunderstood. It's Mall Furniture's clearance sale. And right now the savings are phenomenal on all the top quality furniture at
Mall Furniture's clearance sale.
That's Mall Furniture's clearance sale.
Clarence!
That's clearance, Clarence.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Hey, Healing Hands Chiropractic of Pittsville wants you to feel better by offering chiropractic care, massage therapy, lower level laser therapy, and spinal decompression. Contact Dr. Mandy and her staff today for an appointment. Healing Hands Chiropractic supports the local Pittsville community. Let's go Panthers! In the bottom of inning number 2, the number 7 hitter, Junior Cash Osterman, the second baseman's the batter. And that first pitch by Max Michaels is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike on Cash. Cash fouls that one off. Fastball down the middle he got a piece of and hits it foul over to the on-deck circle. That one's in there and a cross for a strike. And Max Michaels quickly puts one out on the board in favor of the Blackhawks. And number 9 hitter, Jameson Krieger, comes up to bat. Corbin Lee, the DH, waiting on deck. First pitch, right across, swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Jameson. That ball had a little speed to it. Jameson couldn't quite catch up to it. Same pitch, fouls that one back, and Jameson's in a hole. No balls and a strike. Corbin Lee, the DH, is pinch hitting or batting today for Racing Schooley, the right fielder. That one's just outside. Jameson watched that one go for a ball. Good eye. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes on the catcher. And he catches that one up. Pop out to second. Sam Martinson makes a nice catch out there at second. Thought that one might drop in, but Sam Martinson had other ideas, and 2 down for the Panthers here in the inning of bottom half of number 2. Now up's the freshman, Corbin Lee. Had a very good year for the Panthers. That one's swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Corbin's been a pretty consistent player for Pittsville. He even pitched one game this year for him. As a freshman, a lot of confidence out there. And fastball, swing and a miss. Puts Corbin in a hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Port Edwards defense playing straight away. And he hits that one to the shortstop. Brendan Beck, the shortstop, makes a little bobble, and Corbin's going to reach on that. So the Panthers do get a runner here in the second. Corbin's on with 2 outs, and Logan Zickert's up to bat. Logan reached last time on an error and came all the way around to score on a 2-out base hit by Darren Luther. First pitch outside. Logan has 1 ball and no strikes on him. Logan reached on the air, stole second, stole third, came in to score with 2 outs. Corbin at first has a nice lead out there. That one catches the outside corner, levels out the count at a ball and a strike. Corbin wouldn't be surprised to see him go with the lead he's got. He's probably 8 steps. That one's a little low. 2 balls and a strike on Logan. Dawson Luther waiting on deck to bat. That one also catches the outside corner. So you can see that Max Michaels is trying to hit that outside on everything. All 4 pitches have been outside. 2 have hit, 2 have missed. That one's a little far outside. Levels out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count on Logan. We'll have to see here with the full count if Corbin Lee's going on this pitch. And home plate ump calls time as Logan steps out briefly. Max Michaels gets into the mound to throw this one. And Corbin's taking a big lead at first, and there he goes. Base hit up the middle. Corbin's going to turn first, and turn second. He is going to third. So a hit and run for the Panthers. And Logan Zickert comes through with a base hit up the middle. Going to put runners on first and third for Pittsville, and Dawson Luther's up to bat with 2 outs. 2 on and 2 down for the Panthers here in inning number 2. First pitch is just a little low, ball 1 on Dawson. Be anxious to see when Zickert takes off for second. Might be this pitch. There he goes. That one's outside, and Logan easily steals second. He had such a jump for that one. There was not even an attempt. Stolen base for Zickert, his 3rd stolen base here in inning number 2. And Dawson comes through with a base hit. Scores 2 runs for the Panthers. Another big base hit by A. Luther. Not Darren this time, it was Dawson. And with 2 down, Dawson's on first for a little while. Conference on the mound. As I said, Max Michaels, he injured his hand that first inning. And it might be bothering him even now while he's on the mound. Ben Martinson, the coach, came on out there to take a look at him and see how he's doing. So he's going to try a few more here. Actually, we're going to be bringing in a new pitcher. Brendan Beck, the shortstop, will be coming on in to pitch for the Blackhawks here in the 3rd. Like I said, I'm not quite sure how bad he hurt that hand on that first inning slide, but It seemed to be bothering him off and on while he was pitching, so Brennan Beck, the shortstop, going to come on in and throw. Also, Max Michaels, being the number one pitcher for the Blackhawks and being behind 4-0 here in the second, they do have a game Thursday that's of pretty big importance to them. So, new pitcher on the mound for Grant Radaman. Grant, last time when Max was on the mound, struck out for the first out there in the first inning. And what the Blackhawks did, Max Michaels went on over to short, and Brendan Beck came from short to pitch. So just a switch of positions for those two. And I still have a feeling that Dawson Luther over on first will be going pretty soon. And there he goes. And that pitch is hit. Base hit for Grant Radaman. Dawson goes all the way from first to third as he was running on the pitch. And again, the hit and run works to perfection for the Panthers. As runners now on first and third. And Ben Friday, the pitcher in today's game, the left-handed hitter, is now up to bat. Grant Radaman over there at first, he is not a slow runner either, so there he goes. That first pitch is a curve ball. Grant had that one stolen on a slow, picked a nice pitch to run on, slow curve, and he's there. 1 ball, no strikes on Friday. And Ben hits that one to center. That one's going to over the center fielder's head. Way over the head. 2 runs are going to score. Dawson Luther comes in to score. Grant Radaman comes all the way around to score from second. And Ben Friday, a big 2-out triple for the Panthers. Brings in 2 more runs with 2 down. And Darren Luther, who had the big base hit in the first, now up in the second. Pittsville, after having the first 2 batters make outs, has scored 4 runs. And there's a shot out to left, past the left fielder. Ben Friday's in easily to score, and Darren hits a nice double to left center. Brings in an RBI for him. And the 9th hitter in this inning, Brody Withers, now up to bat. Brody was the last out in the first. He is now up here in the second. Brody hits that one. Base hit past the third baseman. Darren Luther around third, and he will come in to score. And Brody easily trots in with a double for Pittsville. The Panthers really put on a rally here with 2 outs. They've scored 6 runs with 2 outs, and Cash Osterman is now up to bat. That first pitch, striking there on Osterman. Cash was up to bat, first batter of this inning, struck out when Max Michaels was pitching. Cash hits a high pop-up. Pitcher calls for, makes the catch, and that's going to retire Osterman and the Panthers here in the second. They scored 6 runs here in the second inning, and after 2 innings of play, Pittsville Panthers 8, Port Edwards Blackhawks 0. You are watching Pittsville Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hello, it's Mayor Lois T. Strake asking you to join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Dairy, great time. The fun starts with me on Friday, May 30th at the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment, and later join free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, May 31st, the parade starts at 11 o'clock, and Wenzel Family Plaza will host fun activities. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at the Upham Mansion. And Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting an outdoor beer garden with live music. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
Okay. Hey, Bucks and Berries Cafe in beautiful downtown Babcock is the place to go for signature pies and homemade food. Check out their daily specials and their Friday fish fry. The shrimp is amazing. It's a cozy, family fun atmosphere at Bucks and Berries Cafe. Open 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week on Highway 80 in Babcock and on Facebook. Martin Motors supports the Panthers and the Pittsville community. They provide complete auto repair. Local transportation from them is available on request. Call Lance or Amber at Martin Motors in Pittsville today to keep your ride running smoothly. Here in the third, the number 2 hitter, Max Michaels, will be leading it off for Port. And Michaels hits a high fly to center. Dawson Luther races over. Nice running catch by Dawson. 1 down. If I had to hit a ball in the outfield, I wouldn't want to hit it to center. 1 down, and Brendan Beck, the shortstop, well, the pitcher now, is actually up to bat. Friday delivers a strike in there, no balls in a strike. Beck, last time up, hit a high fly to Racing Schooley out in right field. And curveball fouled out, back behind us. Makes it 1 ball and no balls and 2 strikes on the batter. Ben Friday seems to be settling in here in the third. And another one hit foul behind us. Lands at the same spot the first one did. So the guy who was going to retrieve the first foul ball had an easy time with the second one. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls that one off. Ben keeps throwing the breaking pitch at him, and Brendan Beck keeps fouling him off. Next pitch is in. That's a pop. It's going to be in foul territory, but Darren Luther at first makes a nice catch over there. Great grab at first for the second out of the inning. I thought that one would be out of play, but Darren stayed right after it, and he got it. 2 down, and Aiden Schumer, the catcher, is now the batter. That breaking pitch is a little outside, ball 1. Sam Martinson, second baseman, waiting on deck. Aiden, last time up, bounced out to Logan Zickert at short. And that pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes on the batter. That one's fouled out behind us. Makes it 2 balls and a strike. Bounces off the metal roof behind us. Somebody did actually park their car back behind me today. I always joke about my car not being hit. There's one hit. Ben Friday makes a nice snap. Easy throw over to Darren Luther. And that 1-3 play is going to retire Aiden Schumer and the Blackhawks here in the top of the third. After 2.5, Pittsville Panthers 8, Port Edwards Blackhawks 0. You are watching Pittsville Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Hey, here we go into the third inning, and leading it off for the Panthers is going to be Jamison Krieger, the catcher. Jamison last time popped out to the second baseman. It was after that that the Panthers started a 6-run rally. And Jamison hits one to third this time. Third baseman Kelson Casey makes a nice throw over to Aiden Donkey, and there's one out here in the third. Good play by that third baseman. One out. Corbin Lee, designated hitters up. Last inning, Lee started that big rally for the Panthers with a ground ball to short. And first pitch on in there for the Blackhawks goes down as a strike. No balls and a strike on Corbin Lee. Logan Zickert waiting to bat next. Corbin hits that one inside pitch. And that inside pitch he came around on, fouled it down the third baseline. Puts him no balls and 2 strikes. Brendan Beck's doing a nice job on the mound for the Blackhawks now that he's settled down a little. And that pitch is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zickert's anxious to get on base again just to steal. He's got 3 stolen bases in 2 innings. Probably would have more, but last inning Corbin Lee was in front of him. And Corbin hits that one high fly. That's going to be out of play, up onto the hill. So out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. I say the Panthers have the playoffs off tomorrow. They'll be in action here at home next Tuesday against the winner between the Co-op of Independence Gilmington and the Co-op of Pepin Almond. So they'll be playing here next Tuesday. And that curveball's hit foul. Corbin tried to wait back as long as he could. You could just see him tantalizing, trying to hold back, and finally had to swing away. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch is in there, and Corbin hits it over the shortstop's head. Base hit for Corbin here in the third. The left fielder, Colin O'Connor, comes up with it and throws it on in. But the Panthers, with only 1 down, have a runner at first. And the left-hander, Logan Zickert's up to bat. Logan reached in the first on an error on the second baseman and came around to score. Had a base hit in the second and scored. And there's a foul ball out behind us over by the concession stand. No balls and a strike on Logan. So for the day, Logan is 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 3 stolen bases. That one's an outside pitch that he tried to poke out to left field, but hits foul. Puts it no balls and 2 strikes. He was trying to hit that one right down the left field line, which would have had Corbin Lee running all day. Corbin has a nice lead at first. And Logan hits that one left field. 3 tries to put it there. Base hit. Corbin's going to stop at second. So with 1 out, Panthers have a little rally going here in the third. Runners on first and second, and Dawson Luther's up to bat. Dawson walked his first time up, had a big base hit his second time, 2 RBIs. And that pitch is inside, gets away from the catcher. Both runners advance 90 feet. So now with 1 down, the Panthers have 2 runners in scoring position. Dawson, as I said, had a walk first time, base hit second. He scored 2 runs so far this game. And that one's outside, makes it 2 balls and no strikes on the Panther center fielder. Pitch was just low. Bounced back by the catcher. 3 balls and no strikes. Dawson looks down at Justin Rayburn at third, gets the sign. And he was taken there, and it's outside. I don't think he was taken as much as that was just an outside pitch, and he said, I can't reach that. I'm sure the hit sign was on with him. But that's going to load up the bases for Grant Radaman. Bases loaded, 1 down. Radaman had a big base hit his last time up to bat. This one's hit out to the second baseman. And Dawson beats it out. Logan Zickert hesitated just briefly. Corbin Lee scores easily. Logan Zickert took a look there at second. Said, hey, I can score on this, and away he went. 2-run score, and Dawson Luther beats that out as Grant Radaman reaches on the error. Ben Friday, the number 4 hitter in the lineup's up to bat. And that first pitch is outside. Both runners have a nice lead. I don't think they'll be going with the Panthers up 10-zip here in the third, but it is only the third. That one's inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Ben fouls that one back. On the day, Ben is 1 for 2. First time up to bat, he struck out. But in the second, he came up with a big triple to deep center that rolled up against the fence, drove in 2 runs. And he eventually scored. He fouls that one back. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes on the senior. Yeah, last time he had a triple, brought in 2 runs in that big Panther rally that they had with 2 outs. That one's just a bit outside. It's going to make it a full count on Friday. Darren Luther anxiously waiting to hope to get a shot to bat. Only 1 down. And Ben fouls that one off. Low pitch. He fouled it down, and then he thought, that was way below my knees. But he had to be swinging there. It was a little close. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That pitch is well outside. Ben's going to draw the walk. It's going to load the bases for the Panthers. And the first baseman, Darren Luther's up. Darren on the day is 2 for 2. 4 RBIs. 3 RBIs on the day. First pitch is outside. Darren had a base hit in the first to drive in 2. Had a double in the second to drive in 1. Scored 1 run. That one's fouled straight back. Got a late swing on that, still fouled it straight back. Bases are loaded with Panthers and only 1 out. Swing and a miss, makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Port Edward center fielder's playing a little shallow. All the outfielders are in quite a ways. Darren has a fair amount of power. That one's hit. Bouncing ball. First baseman picks it up, makes the out. Dawson Luther comes in from third to score. So Darren picks up another RBI. First baseman takes that one unassisted. 2 outs. And Brody Withers, the left fielder, is now the batter. Panthers are going to have a courtesy runner come on out as a runner for the pitcher, Ben Friday. So out to run for the Panthers is number 7. I actually do have who that is somewhere here. Peyton Lee, Corbin's brother, the junior. He's going to be the pinch runner for the Panthers. Peyton wrestled this year, played football. First time I've seen him out here on the baseball field, so taking a big lead at second. And that pitch is also high. 2 balls and no strikes on Brody Withers, who's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Brody follows that one straight back behind us. 2 balls and a strike. Cash Osterman's waiting to bat. Oh, and that one is inside, and it's going to hit Brody. So Brody is hit by a pitch here in the third, which will load the bases with Panthers and bring Cash Osterman to bat. Cash made the last out in the last inning. First pitch, catcher does a good job with a backhand to stop that. Aiden Schumer's nice play on a backhand. Keeps the runners holding. Cash is 0 for 2 on the day. That one is inside high. 2 balls and no strikes. Bases are loaded, and there is no place for the Blackhawks to put Cash Osterman. Steps into bat with a count of 2 balls and no strikes. Pitches low. Hits that backstop and comes right back. Makes it 3 balls and no strikes on Cash. Jameson Krieger waiting to bat. No place to put Cash, and that one's in there and across, and Cash 3 balls and no strikes, and he is swinging away and fouls it down the line and out of play. Makes it 3 balls and a strike on the Panther hitter. All the runners taking pretty good leads out there. Fouls that one off. So after getting in a hole of 3 balls and no strikes, Brendan Beck has come back to throw 2 straight strikes that have been fouled off. Panther batters all take their leads, and there they go. Fouled back. With 2 down, the Panthers will be running on the pitch. In fact, both Lee at second and Brody at first had huge running starts there. That one's hit. Base hit to left. The Panthers, by having both runners go, both come in to score. Peyton Lee from second scores easily. Grant Radaman also scoring on that base hit by Cash Osterman. And the Panthers in this inning have tallied so far with 5 runs. They're still batting. And the Port Edwards Blackhawks are going to take a little bit of a time here, and the coach is going to again make a pitching change. This time, Sam Martinson at second will be coming in to pitch, and Brendan Beck will be going to second. So my scorebook's starting to look like a piled mess, but the Port Edwards Blackhawks are doing what they can to keep the Panthers at bay. Hey, Ben Zwislin at Century 21 Gold Key Realty is your local hometown realtor, serving the greater Pittsville area. Contact Ben today for a free consultation. Ben Zwislin and Century 21 Gold Key Realty say go Panthers. Lake Dexter Drive-In is now open. They are a favorite summertime stop of mine. After a ball game or on your way to your favorite fishing hole, stop in for a bite to eat. burgers, brats, fish fries, and more. Plus, all your favorite treats. Their root beer is fantastic. It's the home of the Dexter Double. Now open, Lake Dexter Drive-In on Highway 80. Stop in today. And now up to bat, Jamison Krieger. Panthers again have a big rally going here. Bases first and second. Jamison hits that one a high fly, just back behind the screen. Couple of people sitting back down there. They're quite surprised. One of them actually put a scorebook over her head. I don't know how much that would have helped, but would have helped more than nothing. But Sam Martinson picks up a strike on Jamison. No balls and a strike on the Panther hitter. That pitch from Sam's a little high. So, count goes 1 ball and 1 strike on Jamison. And Jamison hits that one out to left field. Left fielder Colin O'Connor's there, makes the grab and retires the side. For the Panthers here in the third, they scored 5 runs, and after 3 innings of play, Pittsville Panthers 13, Port Edwards Blackhawks 0. You are watching Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Hey, for expertise, honesty, and stellar service, look no further than Heritage Auto Body. Their team of professionals uses the latest technology to ensure that your vehicle comes back to you looking like new. They provide free estimates and work with your insurance company to make it easier for you. Heritage Auto Body on Heritage Drive on Marshfield's south side. And into inning number 4, Sam Martinson, who is now the pitcher, will be leading it off for the Port Edwards Blackhawks. Sam was hit by a pitch his last time up, advanced all the way to third base before he got stranded. First pitch is a ball. Panthers have a new pitcher on the mound. Dawson Luther has taken over some pitching duties, trying to get a little work in before the playoffs start. And that pitch is a little low. Ball 2 on Sam Martinson. So the Panthers did a little bit of shuffling around with their lineup. And that one is hit out to right field. The right fielder came on in, was not able to get it. The right fielder for the Panthers now is Ben Friday. And Ben was not able to get it. That's going to go down as a base hit for Sam Martinson to lead off the 4th for the Blackhawks. I know Ben's out in right field. I'm not sure what the other outfield positions are. Rayson Schooley has taken over center for the Panthers, and it looks like Brody is still out there in left. So, and Dawson comes in with 2 quick pitches. Quickly gets ahead of Ethan Barner. No balls and 2 strikes on the right fielder. Ethan, last time up, had a base hit. This time, Dawson retires him with a strikeout. One down for the Blackhawks here in the 4th, and Vinny Striegel, center fielder, is now up to bat. Vinny, last time up, also had a base hit. Port really put on a charge. Strike 1. There in the 2nd, where the first 3 batters reached, they loaded them up with nobody out. Panthers then retired the next 3 in order, though, to get out of it. And Striegel, no balls and 2 strikes. Dawson is just starting to warm up. Over at first, Sam Martinson's taking a very small lead. And that one's fouled straight back by Vinny. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Panther outfield is set at medium depth. The infield's all back at double play position, and that one is thrown right past Vinny Striegel for a strike. 2 down for the Blackhawks here in inning number 4. And designated hitter Wesley Detlefson now up to bat. Wesley struck out his last time up. Fouls the first pitch straight back. No balls and a strike on Wesley. Dawson Luther's just a junior for the Panthers, so they get him 1 more year. I'm sure Justin Rayburn's happy about that. That pitch is inside. Makes it no balls and 2 strikes on the batter. This year, I'd say Dawson's probably the number 2 pitcher in the Panther lineup. Maybe number 3. Ben Friday's got great days. Logan Zickert is the number 1 pitcher for Pittsville, the shortstop today. And that one's outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dawson calls timeout, tie his shoes. Hey, Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They're accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives 1 smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. And that pitch is fouled back. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wesley. Sam Martinson over there at first, not taking a very big lead at all. 2 down, and that one is inside. Levels up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Blackhawk hitter. Detlefson designated hits for Aiden Donkey, the first baseman, and that one is swung and missed. After giving up a base hit to start the inning, Dawson Luther comes back to strike out the side. After 3.5, Pittsville Panthers 13, Port Edwards Blackhawks 0. You are watching Pittsville Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
For sure. Hey, Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step. Contact them today. Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. And Brock and Decker. When buying or selling, Brock and Decker Real Estate is the team you need by your side. Brock and Decker have all the tools you need to feel confident in selling or buying. Contact Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue at brockanddecker.com and on Facebook. Hey, up to bat, Matthew Goodell. This is awesome for the Panthers in that Matt has missed the entire season with a knee injury he suffered in basketball. And that's why the dugout is going as crazy as they are. Matt's a team favorite here, and it's his first time batting this year. And in comes the second one for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Matt. He had knee problems throughout his high school career. That one hits him, and Matt gets on base. He had knee problems throughout his whole career. He played football this last year, despite my worries. Played very well. Basketball season starts, and a freak injury took out his other knee that was his good knee. Just a rough high school year for Matt, and it's so good to see him get a chance to bat once this year. Teammates all come out and congratulate him. Very cool thing to see. Good for Matt. Good kid. You can tell his teammates love him, and Logan Zickert's up to bat. For the Panthers, Rayson Schooley comes on in to run, and Logan Zickert's now the batter. That pitch is high, makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Logan on the day is 2 for 3, 2 singles, 3 runs scored, 3 stolen bases. And he hits that one high. The shortstop is positioned under it and makes the grab at the last second. Nice catch out there. Made by Max Michaels. Gets the out. 1 down for the Panthers here in the 4th. And Dawson Luther, the center fielder, is up to bat. Dawson's 2 for 2 on the day. No, excuse me, 1 for 1. Been on base all 3 times, but he's walked twice. Has 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. So pretty productive day for Dawson. And 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch is way outside. Ball 2 on Dawson. Grant Radaman, anxious to get a chance to bat. There's only 1 out here in the lineup in inning number 4. That one's in there. Curveball by Sam for a strike. 2 balls and a strike on Dawson. Rayson Schooley at first, taking a big lead. That pitch is way inside. Pitch goes back to the screen, but Rayson remains at first with a 13-0 lead. The Panthers have definitely slowed down on their moving machine in the infield when they're on the bases. Rayson does move to second on a balk called on Sam Martinson. So he does get into scoring position. And 3 balls, 1 strike on Dawson. Fouls that one straight back. Full count on the Panthers center fielder. And pitcher. Started center, now pitcher, yes. Rayson's there at second, not taking a big lead at all. That pitch is a little high, and Dawson draws a walk. Third walk of the game for Dawson Luther. And Pittsville with runners on first and second. Grant Radaman's up to bat. Grant's 1 for 3 on the day, scored 2 runs. First pitch inside. Grant really wanted to swing at that one, but he held back. 1 ball, no strikes on the Panther third baseman. And Grant hits that one left field. Deep fly to left. Over the third baseman's head. Over the left fielder's head. Rayson Schooley comes in to score. That's a double for Grant Radaman. And with only 1 out, Panthers have runners on second and third. Left-hander Ben Friday's the batter. Ben's playing right field right now, but started the game as a pitcher. On the day, Ben is 1 for 2 with a walk. First pitch is low for a ball. Ben also has 2 RBIs and has scored 2 runs. Panthers are up 14-0 here in the fourth, and Dawson Luther sitting there at third. That pitch is high. 2 balls, no strikes. If the pitch is close, Ben Friday will be swinging. And he hits that one. Base hit. Oh, second baseman makes a nice play. Good play, but Dawson Luther comes in to score. Two outs, and Darren's the batter. Oh. Will Tolsman will be pinch hitting for Darren Luther. Will played right field last week. Did a very good job out there in right. Made a great throw. He's pinch hitting now. He's often the designated hitter for Rayson Schooley. First pitch is high. Will looks that one go by. Darren's going to take a little break here. Why not? He was 3 for 3, 2 for 3. Had 3 RBIs, 4 RBIs, excuse me, and scored a run. So Will's now batting for him with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. And he swings and hits a high pop fly. The shortstop moves under, makes the catch. And Will Tolsman flies out to short. Retires the Panthers here in the 4th inning. They had 2 runs. And after 4 complete innings of play, Pittsville Panthers 15, Port Edwards Blackhawks 0.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Hey, here we go into the fifth with Port on the short side of a 15-0 score. They're bringing in a new batter in that first pitch by the new Panther pitcher in their first strike. Pittsville's bringing out Chris Wisland to pitch. Freshman on the mound for the Panthers, and no balls and a strike on the Port batter. That one's in there and across. No balls and 2 strikes. I believe this might be Chris Wisland's first time on the mound this year for Pittsville in a varsity game. And that pitch is inside. Bounced off the batter's bat, so the count's going to remain no balls and 2 strikes. Port's bringing out their players who don't get a lot of time to bat this inning. Same as what Pittsville's doing. You got a lot of new guys out there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And just a bit inside. Freshman for the Panthers showing a little bit of poise on the mound. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung and fouled back. Batter stays alive. Panther defense looking a little relaxed on the infield. Outfield's playing very shallow for Pittsville. And pitches low and outside. Going to be a full count on the Port batter. Here we are in the 5th, and the Panthers holding on to a fairly good lead. Panthers did a few defensive changes. There's a ball hit. That's going to be a base hit, although should have been a base hit. Logan Zickert, what an arm. Makes a great play over there at short. I had it down as a base hit in my book, and Logan comes up firing and gets the out. 1 down here in the 5th on Port Edwards, and the Blackhawks have another pinch hitter. 1 out in the 5th, and that pitch is inside. Some of the movements Pittsville did on defense. Darren Luther's moved on out to right field. Ben Friday's moved over to first base. So I've done a few defensive moves for where they'll probably be in the postseason. And that pitch is in and across. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Port batter. Nice pitch by Zwisla and makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the bottom of inning number 5. And Chris Wisland gets his first strikeout to my knowledge in the high school level. Nice pitch across the plate. And 2 down for Port Edwards here in the 5th. Another pinch batter coming up to bat for Port. There's a hit to center, but Dawson Luther had that one measured, stood right there and takes the grab. Hey, that's going to retire Port Edwards here in inning number 5, and that's going to end the ball game. The Panthers, with this win, claim a share of the conference title with Stevens Point Pacelli, and postseason play now lies ahead. Final score of today's game, Pittsville Panthers 15, Port Edwards Blackhawks 0. You are watching Pittsville Panther Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Hey, this is Rick Winters announcing for Zaleski Sports on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or on NasonvilleDairy.com. Today, the Panthers claim their third conference title in a row, and I have with me Logan Zickert and Dawson Luther. Hey, pretty easy win today, but playoffs are coming up next. Who would you like to play first round of the playoffs if you had your choice?
Anybody. We worked all year to get to the point we're at right now. I think we can play anybody in the state and put up a good fight, if not win every game. So we don't care who we play.
So you have Pepin and Independence, the winner of that game, next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And whoever's there is there.
Yeah.
Okay, as the number one seed, do you guys feel any pressure on you?
There's always pressure in the playoffs, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe this year is the year we get over the hump.
Okay. Yeah, sectionals always seems to get us down where the state champ comes out of our sectional every time. Friday, we play Marathon. Any expectations for that game?
Obviously, they're a good team, so we're expecting to see good pitching, and it's just one of those games that's going to better prepare us for the playoffs.
Okay. Hey, this is Rick Winters along with Braden Sutter, the producer for the game, and handing it to you two. Here you go. Wait till
I'm Logan Zickert.
I'm Dawson Luther.
And we're in the house. Thank you.
Thank you, man.